Hey Gender Blenders, how's it going? I think it's week 13, and this week's topic is on relationships. What a fun topic. So, yeah. Jennifer was not in a relationship when she transitioned, correct?
Right. Yeah, I was totally single when I did my transition. Mainly because the girl I was dating at the time couldn't deal. Well, I'm gonna say she couldn't deal with it. She's the whole idea of her like being with a girl really didn't appease to her. So we kind of broke up, and we haven't actually spoken since. But it's with Adrian and I, it's been a challenge.
Definitely a tough road. So
yeah, and I kind of had the perspective when I transitioned, I was single, and when you transitioned, you were with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, kind of looking at it from both perspectives, I like the fact that I transitioned without being with anyone, because it's almost like, in a sense, recovering from alcoholism. Like
right.
when you're doing your program or whatever,
your 12-step.
It's really not a good idea to be involved with anyone. So it's kind of analogous to that, I think. It's like when you're changing, it's just kind of, I don't know. I like the fact that I wasn't with anyone at the time, because then I can just concentrate on me, and I didn't really need to worry about anyone else. And because your transition, it's been a challenge.
It's been really, really hard.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with the whole being single thing, and I'm not saying I regret being with you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that it might have been easier to transition if I was single. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because now it's like you can't focus solely on yourself, because now you're worrying about me. And
right.
I'm not exactly the easiest person to live with. I'm kind of a little high maintenance, so it's hard. And even from my perspective, like when we started dating, it was, like the way the way that she looked at the time was part of the package. So when you take that component out of it, it was a challenge to kind of forget about that girl and embrace this guy right here, and kind of almost break up with that person, and then kind of date this person, get to know this person under the guise of being in a relationship. So it's been really, really, really hard. I don't even think of him in that capacity. It's impossible for me. Like I can't. Like I imagine you trying. Like there's no way that you were ever not male to me. So it's going from being in a lesbian relationship to being like a straight couple. It's it's cool in the sense that you don't really have to worry about showing affection in public or whatever. Not that we did much anyways, but it's almost like, I don't know, like you're just kind of conforming in a sense. I don't know.
Merging to dominant culture.
Yeah, I guess. So it's like you go from this mindset of like, oh, I'm such a rebel, look at me, I'm holding hands with my girlfriend, to like it doesn't, no one even pays any attention.
Yeah, it's really hard also in the sense of being the person that's transitioning, because on top of like being insecure about passing and all that good stuff, like hell, I always worried, is she really attracted to the guy version of me, or is she, just staying with me because she feels bad for me? So that's always been an issue, like the whole attraction thing, knowing her as a lesbian and thinking, okay, she's into girls only, and then now I'm a dude, are you sure she wants to be with me? Whatever. It's really complicated. And you spend way too much time worrying about crap that you shouldn't do while you're transitioning. Because when you're transitioning, like transition, it should be like your whole.
So for me, I dig chicks, but I also like guys too, so it's a little bit easier for me to go from being a lesbian to being a heterosexual straight couple. Because I like to see guys naked too, so it's a little easier for us, I think. But still, I mean, it's how do you convince your former lesbian girlfriend that you really like guys too while he's transitioning? So, I mean, he has his issues, I had my issues. It's really hard to maintain a sexually healthy relationship when I was still kind of, you know, I'm not perfect. It's not like I transitioned and everything was great. Like, I was still dealing with residual mental issues at the same time that you were going through your transition. So it's almost like looking back, it's almost like we kind of took two different routes, even though we're still kind of together. Just kind of did our own thing. You know, I mourned the loss of that person. You kind of were developing Adrian, and we kind of met back once we got our crap together.
And we're still getting our crap together. Like,
yeah,
we're still working on shit.
Right.
So.
I mean, we may look like super cute. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but we may look like the perfect couple on YouTube, and we're still working out a lot of issues. A lot of issues that have like almost taken us to the point of saying, you know, maybe we're better going off our own ways.
And we've done that twice. Yeah, there was one time where we broke up for a week, and then another time where, you know, we came head to heads and we decided that it was better to, you know, work stuff out than to call it quits. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a rough road, let me tell you. It's taken its toll. I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you really, really care about the person. I really, really care about Adrian, and, you know, I love him. But sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes it's just like you're just so different, and so like your thinking process is so fundamentally different that, you know, sometimes you throw in the transition aspect of it and it just takes it to the limit.
Yeah.
We're totally different people. Like, we
have like nothing in common.
Yeah, it's crazy sometimes. Like, I can know what he's thinking just by thinking, okay, how would I react to that situation? Okay, Adrian's going to do the exact opposite, and that's how I kind of know what to expect from him. Like, we like different everything.
Yeah, we literally have nothing in common. So, I mean, honestly, for those of you guys that are already single and are transitioning, I wouldn't recommend, due to my experience, to get into a relationship while you're transitioning. Just wait it out, you know. Wait it out till after you're done. Because even for that person that's transitioning, look at it this way. If you're FTM, you're going to become a dude now, and all of a sudden you're going to start getting attention from heterosexual women. And you're in a relationship, so as you're discovering this new person, you can't even, you know, fully go there. You're not going to get to experience dating as a dude if you're attached, or if you're like transitioning the other way. Like, you know, you become a girl, you know, guys start paying attention to you, or like the heterosexual guy population, and you can't really experience dating, or, you know, that whole part of your life that you just missed because you've been trapped in the wrong body. You're not going to get to experience that dating part if you're in a relationship. So that's been super hard too.
Yeah, and that's part of growing up. So, I mean, if you think about the fact that you're changing, it's kind of taking you back 10 years, 15 years. So you kind of have to relive that process in order to become, you know, in order for you to mature and to grow up and be comfortable with your body, or you know, who you are now.
Right.
We kind of have an agreement, like we've worked it out. We understand that each other has these issues that we're dealing with, and so if it comes to a point where, you know, we need to kind of step outside the bounds of a traditional monogamous relationship and explore those options just to get it out of your system. Like, we both understand that may happen, but as long as we're totally honest with each other and, you know, kind of talk about it before it happens, or, you know, this is what's going on, then, you know, we'll be able to deal with it, and, you know, we'll be able to know that whatever happens, we still love each other and we're still together, and, you know, as long as we're honest. Now, if one of us decides to take up that opportunity without bringing the other person into the picture, then that's a little different, and so, you know, that may or may not fly, probably not fly, but at least we've talked about it. We kind of recognize that we have these issues that we're dealing with, and we're almost out of time. So
it's a crazy topic. So
yeah,
please message me on my personal channel. You guys know the link. Beyond
10 minutes, but yeah, if you know anything that we've said strikes a chord with you, feel free to
message me,
to email or message Adrian, and we'll both get back to you.
All right, catch y'all later, guys. Have a good one.